politics, entertainment, news, and business. And this is Kmtv. We are on the screen, we are everywhere. The best online Liberian platform you have. Make the best use of it. My name is Frank Adams, and I endorse this channel.
I encourage everybody to support Kmtv as a very positive force for good, and would like to see you do more in this country. I fully endorse the work you're doing because it's constructive, it's positive, it's professional and responsible.
For politics, entertainment, news, and business. And this is Kmtv. We are on the screen, we are everywhere. The best online Liberian platform you have. Make the best use of it. My name is Frank Adams, and I endorse this channel.
LRB Ship Express, your trusted door-to-door shipping partner from the Midwest in the USA to Liberia. LRB Ship Express is your go-to solution for fast, reliable, and affordable shipping services. Whether it's barriers, boxes, or personal items, we pick them up from right at your doors across the Midwest and deliver them straight to your loved ones in Liberia. Do you need it there quickly? Our air freight service gets your packages to Liberia in just a matter of days. Door-to-door convenience, secure and timely delivery on beautiful rates. LRB Ship Express. For more information, call cell numbers 651-500-8973 or 612-806-5896. Visit our website at www.lrbshipexpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at LRB Ship Express. Ship with LRB Ship Express, where your shipment is our priority. Contact us today and let's get it moving.
What if I told you there's a place where you can find all your favorite African dishes right here in Crystal, Minnesota? At Grateful Family African Market, we offer the best African food products, authentic and perfectly preserved. Located at 6330 Bass Lake Road, Crystal, Minnesota, our market is a paradise for food lovers. From everyday essentials and spices to the rarest delicacies, our shelves are bursting with everything you need to prepare a delicious African feast we deliver all across the United States. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram as Grateful Family Africa Market for updates and special offers. Grateful Family African Market, the heart of Africa at your table. Call us at 612-806-5896 or 7633164133 for more information.
Hello everyone, my name is Jenny, your travel advisor at the Kabbalah Travel and Tours. I'm here to tell you the good news. Travel with Kabbalah Travel and you get the best travel services. We do international air ticket, we do domestic air ticket, we do group travel, hotel accommodation and so on. So call our travel expert today and experience the difference. Also at Kabbalah Travel, we have an affordable layaway plan to accommodate all of our travelers. You can call us today and work with us and make your trip.
Greetings, my fellow Liberians in Minnesota and the Midwest. I'm Tracy Ashley Grigsby, your Consul General. I'm pleased to inform you that the consulate has commenced operations, and our mission is to provide professional, responsive, and citizen-centered services. Please feel free to visit our website below for more information. Thank you.
Somebody has your number, they to your gate, 6:30 in the morning, then they say, Senator, at to your gate. I'm not coming outside. Why? That number you having, they tell you are coming from your you are sending a message, say, I'm coming to York, can I see you or will I see you? You can't come to my gate. If you to my gate 6:30 in the morning, it means you got up early. It means you want to bed early. You don't know when I went to bed. You don't care about that. But you come to my house, you say, Senator, I read to your gate. You will stay there. That thing what the people making politicians will just shaking and filming everything 2029 coming. Somebody or some group of people need to stand up to tell our people to their mindset to need to change.
I'm saying here, you people listen to me. Joseph Boake is not the president for Liberia.
Okay.
The law has spoken. Long time
You mean Joseph Boake is not the president of Liberia?
He's not the president for Liberia.
Who is the president of Liberia?
George Manawiya. He is the one that got called.
Okay.
Leaders are not made. They are called from the room of the mother.
Okay.
Leader has not made. They made themselves.
So is that why all the killing, the suffering,
that is
everything?
the reason the suffering, the land is suffering. People are struggling. People are crying. Untimely deaths have taken over. Premature deaths have taken over. Struggling. People are struggling because of they are not called to be a leader for this nation.
Okay.
We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw rocks at each dog, you will not reach.
KMTV, Legacy, Communications, bringing the world closer to you, Liberia, Africa, and beyond. From the cities to the towns, from the villages around, we bring the stories every day, keeping you informed all the way. News and sports, culture too, entertainment made for you. A trusted voice across the land, Legacy Communications takes a stand. Turn it on, don't miss a thing. Hear the voices, hear them sing. Together we're connecting lives, keeping hope and dreams alive. KMTV, KMTV, your voice, your vision on TV. Legacy Communications leads the way, informing and inspiring every day. KMTV, KMTV, the station for your family, from near and far across the nation, where your trusted communication. Birthdays, weddings, special events, business adverts that make good sense, community stories, breaking news, the platform that's made for you. Radio, TV, media too, production services coming through. A brand that's growing strong and free, sharing Liberia's destiny. One people, one nation, building stronger communication. Together we will rise and shine. The future of media is bright. KMTV, KMTV, your voice, your vision on TV. Legacy Communications, proud and strong, serving the people all day long. KMTV, KMTV, the station for your family. Information, education, entertainment too. KMTV is here for you.
I tell you, KMTV is here for you. That's why we are right here on this wonderful, wonderful morning. It's Monday from here where I sit in the city of Minnesota. Here, I like to say welcome. It's Monday hour here, 7:11 a.m. on this 29th day of June 2026. Welcome to it. It's KMTV Creative Minds Television, the broadcast network of Legacy Communications Corporation. I'd like to say welcome to all of you. Those of you watching from at home, it's afternoon hours, other parts of the world, it's evening, it's morning like here. And let's do it together. This is where we bring you the voices of Liberians in Liberia and the diaspora as well, making sure that we keep connected and our people keep abreast of the issues making news in our lovely country, Liberia. I will be joined later on with by my man Rufus Divine Brooks from Monrovia. He will give us update. I understand it's a raining day across Monrovia and past adjacent. If you're there, try to keep safe, keep warm, keep your your kids in a safe spot as the rain goes on. We pray that everything goes well. People in slum areas, I understand, are experiencing the the rain and other things that are affecting the communities, slum communities. But we hope and pray that everything goes well on your end and that you keep safe and warm out there. Many things happen in our country, Liberia, over the weekend. Wow. The news whisked, somebody would say, the news whisked over the weekend. A lot of things happen, in Liberia. The good, the bad, the ugly, they all happen. But again, with everything, Liberia first. Liberia is the premier. Liberia is the one that we all cannot leave easily. We all keep our eyes on the ball ahead, all keep our eyes on the best for our country, because with God above, we will all prevail. And there are a lot of things coming up from the newsstand. We'll see whether we can run you through stories making news in the newspaper today. Some of the papers on the newsstand today. Let's start with the Front Page Africa. The Front Page Africa has it. Let me see if I can just arrange this. Airport drugs syndicate, US 19 million. Airport drugs syndicate. The US marshal a ghost in the ties linking the RIA. US 19 million airport drug syndicate. And a lot of photographs on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper, forming a united front. That's a big one there. Also at the top of the Front Page Africa newspaper, we see former President Weah there, as well as the ANC political leader Alexander Benedict Cummings on the far right there. On the left, that's on the left, on my left that is, and on the right we see a photo arrangement of major political leaders, I believe, there in Grand Jita County over the weekend, where the CDC celebrated its 22nd anniversary. Political togetherness. We now seeing opposition coming together for the better of the country. We'll get some voices from that event as well. It wasn't cocaine. The Liberian investigator has it on his front page. It wasn't cocaine. What was it? This investigation is leaving from weeks, entering into a month soon. What was it if it was not cocaine? That's a big one there on the Liberian investigator. Rallying the opposition against Boycott. It's another one there from the CDC's program. Alexander Benedict Cummings is on the front page of the Liberian investigator. I will not be silenced. Former ambassador at large is there. Kuyate, he's there. I will not be silenced. What will he be speaking about? A lot. Let's see. He's a tough talker indeed. China pledges deeper Liberia ties, and China remains one of Liberia's major, friend out there when it comes to diplomacy, international relations, and cooperation for development. China stands for Liberia as always, and also here the authoritative heritage. Boyka reaffirms one China policy. President Boyka is there, and I believe that's the Chinese ambassador also on this paper right here. LCM endorses anti-illegal mining order. The anti-illegal mining. And over the weekend, A.B. Kruman was brought back to head a task force on illegal mining and other things. A.B. Kruman, former DEA boss, former deputy police director for operations, is back in government to help President Boyka's task force, I believe, on illegal mining or concession across our country. LIMA graduates, maritime scholars, that's the Liberian Maritime Institute. The graduating scholars of the Liberian Maritime. More young people are getting out into maritime activities. Son accused of killing mother. The back page of the authoritative heritage has it. Son accused of killing mother. These days the Bible spoke about. The Bible indeed spoke about these days to come, where these things will happen. And they are happening. Son killing a mother is a big one indeed. And the photographs of, I believe, the son and mother are also on the back page of the heritage. HOR passes Boyka's lace art as Councillor Pearson justification granted. President Boyka is also there. The House of Representatives passed that act for President Boyka's, according to them, lace act. ANC Cummings, Carbor remarks fuels debate. And that's a huge one that coming out of Grand Jita County. These opposition leaders were on their heels. Opposition unity needs principle, not power. Fidelity warns CDC Alliance. Musa Hassan Belati is the political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, CMC. He was also there over the weekend, and he made a very tough one indeed as it relates to where should this opposition unity be headed. And also here, let's start by with the New Dawn newspaper. Cummins blast UP calls for opposition unity. That's another one. Alexander Cummins is there again. Cummins was the one making the news, one of the guys making the news. People would say eating the show. You know, did he eat show totally? Or other show eaters were there? You know, show eater like Simeon Freeman, show eater like Kabina Janek, show eater like Musa Hassan Belati. They were all there, you know, one way or the other, providing that kind of a spirit of unity that we quote unquote saw in Grand Jita County. Bwaka seeks deeper Liberia China ties. President Bwaka is there with Chinese President Payne on the New Dawn newspaper. Let's move on to the other point. Is it the back page of the New Dawn? Yes, the back page of the New Dawn has it. We says democracy is on threat. Did we already say that? That's the back page of the New Dawn newspaper. We says democracy on threat. Is it really on a threat? Yes, the Liberian people will also want to buttress or argue. It's a point of huge argument. Somebody would say you were just there a couple of months or years ago, but again, the opposition leaders are speaking and speaking to power. President Weah was there speaking from the U.S. via telephone to the CDC 22nd anniversary held in Grand Jita County. So that's it for the newspapers. If you are there in Liberia, they are on the newsstand for different figures. I believe 40, 50 or whatever it is. Grab yourself a copy of those papers and get the details in those stories. And also, let's recognize some of you joining us from Liberia and other parts of the world. Venetia's Junior Bar says, watching. This one is from Cooper. Crowd Junior is watching as well. Efren Gay, I'm watching you from Grand Jita County. There, yes. This person says, watching from South Africa. South Africa is out of the World Cup. It's a huge one. South Africa is gone home. Gabriel Kwainia says, I'm watching from Nicer Hotel, Ganta Highway, Banga City. And of course, also watch, I'm following from Mama Point, Monrovia, Rufus Kojo Lynch. Rufus Lynch, my own friend and brother there, I'd like to wish you well. Thanks for joining this. And I'm doing what I just love to do best. Let me bring on from Monrovia, the wet Monrovia. It's Rufus Divine Brooks. Brooks, how's Monrovia? Let's just say, I know earlier on we talked before coming on. You said Monrovia is super wet. Tell us.
Yeah, let me say good afternoon from my end. Yeah, you know, in Monrovia it's 12:21 p.m. and a very wet Monday. But this is not strange because you know we are in the rainy season. Many of you who following, from Liberia, you know that we are in the rainy season, and we do expect these kinds of heavy downpour of rain. Despite our communities, our streets are flooded. I'm so sorry for those who live in these swamp areas. I know some of them are out of their home right now due to the heavy downpour of rain from last night till now. Wow, the community just sees a bit. But like I said, Monrovia is good. The place is very, very kind, and it's just a wet Monday. But again, we expect it. We know that we're in the rainy season, so we should expect these kinds of rain, unexpectedly, being a heavy downpour of rain, flooding our communities, our streets. We should expect it. This is rainy season anyway. So yeah,
And
I know those times that we used to walk in the water, or rather jumping between Broad Street and Mecklin Street at the time where I worked with Kings FM, but just above the Aminata gas station. You have to hover your way when you probably the taxi drop you and it's heavy downpour of rain out of the drainages where at some point clogged. You have to be jumping through the water here and there, making sure you can just get to your destination. But again, that's Monrovia for us. We hope that Mr. Mo Ali, the water and sewer chief, is also looking at those drainages. The Ministry of Public Works is helping our people, and my heart is actually out there to people who live in those slum communities, my brother, like Clariton, Slipway, those areas down Rock Spring Valley and other areas. I mean, those are areas that are mostly affected by the flood situation across the city. But we hope and pray that you guys will keep safe, my man. And I was just saying, this drug thing, my man, it's like my bet is remaining in the hole. I was betting that something good will come out of it, but it's like my bet is remaining in the hole. We weeks into the investigation with the 19 million drug that were attempting to leave Liberia through the Roberts International Airport. We are leaving from weeks into a month, still with just persons of interest instead of arrest. I heard that there was some arrest made around Bullwater side early this morning, of I think 100,000, a little more of Liberian dollars worth of drug. Those little arrests are being made, but $19 million investigation taking weeks, entering into a month without an arrest. Let's start up with this, Rufus. This is really troubling.
Cyrus, if you can recall, I think we had this as one of our main discussions a few weeks back, and you placed a bet on, you trusted the LDA. That was the Jones security, that arrests are going to be made, and those in, probably the perpetrators or whoever, how do we describe it, are going to be brought to justice. And I told you, I said, this is Liberia for us. This is Liberia for you. This is Liberia for me. And this is our first time watching these kinds of, how you call it, how should I describe it? Because right now, it is not in a good form for us to say the LDA is working, the Jones security is working. No, it's just the same big people, big hands behind it, and they cannot be pointed out by the Jones security. These are some of the reasons why I take it term. But let me say this, right? That 19.2 million just seizure at the Roberts International Airport, like I said and continue to say, we will not have any arrest made. All we will do is have persons of interest to this administration comes to an end. And I'm saying this again, we will not have any arrest made, but what we will have is persons of interest till this administration comes to an end.
So it's like this huge argument of drug. We are bringing drug. Our children are dying. It's now falling prey at the feet of the rescue government.
Yes, and this is one of the reasons why I don't buy these arguments about a CDC unity party, whose administration brought in more jobs, blah 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 blah. Who administration and this just was rampant on. I mean, the two administration has failed the people. Both administrations have failed the people in terms of combating drugs, in terms of fighting drugs in the country. They have failed. The past administration was sort of a huge consultant came into this country, and yet we did not hear what next.
If we could compare the stages of both administration, where would we say the CDC-led administration were at this time when with the issue of the $100 million drug, with weeks into the discovery?
With weeks, we still had civil society organization calling on the CDC administration then for investigation. That's one. Secondly, we still have reporters reporting bits and pieces of evidence that they received from credible sources. But then, thirdly, we had persons of interest, like the same.
not arrest.
Yeah, not arrest.
I don't know at what stage we saw arrest being made. I can't really recall with that, but we are watching, Rufus. We are watching, and my bed will remain in the hole. My bed will remain in the hole. Something good will come out of Nazareth. So I'll put it that way. Something good will come out of Nazareth, and that Nazareth is Liberia. You know, we must have something good coming out of this investigation. This is something that border on the lives of our young people. Up to now, President Bouaka just suspended board member King. I don't know which is which, because that the P square of Liberia, Paul and Peter King. You know, it's just that the other one where they are Okoye, but these two are kings. He's been suspended from the board of NOCAR. A brother is returned to the country. He's a person of interest. He's been providing information to the investigation, but we still don't get, you know, details into those information that have been provided. So we are still waiting. We don't know whether this week there will be a breakthrough by the Justice Ministry or the Justice Department, the Joint Security, because we understand that it's been elevated to, you know, the Joint Security level where it's not just the LDEA, the NSA, the Liberia National Police, probably if possible the military. They will all get involved. But getting involved, we hope that the Ministry of Justice will do its best to provide, you know, the necessary information to the Liberian people. These people that are tied into this, if big hands are there, those hands must be unveiled to the public. The public will need to know that, because the more you keep tight-lipped, the more people speculate. Newspapers will come with big headlines. You know, the speculation will continue to flow until something is done. So we hope that, you know, like I said, my bed is in the hole. I'm still hoping and thinking that something good will happen and people will be brought to justice. A bucket roll who have been thrown in a pickup bag, you know, a pickup bag, a peace ability is languishing behind bars. There are several people that are languishing behind bars for being in possession of little marijuana, you know, $100 worth for kush. They are behind bars. So if that is happening, or that happened in the past, they were made to go through the punishment. Some of them are still going through the punishment of the day. What about those behind this $19 million worth of drugs? So we still leave it open, bro. I still think that, thinking that something good will come out of it.
Well, I can safely say that you are losing another bet, though you lost the first one. You are losing. You are losing another bet. So, like I said, and I will stick on this, Cyrus. I'm not going to change my tone. We will have persons of interest till
until Crest come. Until Crest come.
The right way you pull it until Crest come. Until Crest come.
You talk about something. You talk about something that was posted by Senator Darius Dillon. And we hope that, I don't know what, I can just hop onto the Senator page. He calls it his page AB Darius Dillon, Senator of Montserrat County. The man who said you keep knocking on his doors. You got his number, you don't call, you just show up and think that the senator must just be, you know, ready anytime to open his gate. They 2029 are coming and you're scaring the senator that way. The man is saying that you gotta pull that thing away. But again, like I always say, and like I said the other day, if you ran a campaign telling the people what you would do for them, they will be on your back, Senator. They will be at your doors, at your gates, on announce time. You know, they will come to your office. Now, God, for the sake of you people, there are a lot of security in place at Capitol building. So, you know, people can not easily just walk to the Senate office like before. You know, when people just come up and sit at your door waiting for you. Of course, it's not like that anymore. A lot of security you have to go through to see your own lawmaker. But let's bring this on. I don't know whether you can read from it, Rufus, but that's why Senator Abraham Darius Dillon wrote earlier today. If I would just read it, Rufus, I know you're struggling. you're struggling to see that, bro. I will just do justice to by reading this one. What's the comment section?
Just make it big. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, I try to see if I can. Yeah. So he says the prolonged and defending public silence by the Joint Security investigating the over 19 million United States dollars cocaine case since June 9. Since June 9, like I said, we are going into a month. We are leaving. We are leaving from weeks into a month. It's becoming even more troubling and vexing. Put up real word vexing, which means making people vex, you know. And it has been a week or little over a week since any update was heard about progress made or being made, if any, in this case. So it's been almost a week or over a week since the Justice Ministry spoke to us whether there is any progress. No known culprits or culprits. No charge or charges. No arrest or arrest. Silence is no longer understandable. Silence is breeding even more public distrust and casting suspicions on the seriousness and credibility of the ongoing investigation. Like I said, bro, if you keep silent, people will continue to speculate. People will still have a lot of suspicion. That's what the senator wrote, you know, that John's security must come forth this week. No fear, no favor. He ended by that. The John's security must come forth this week without any fear, without any favor. I'm still betting and keeping my bet on the line that something will happen. You know, the John security will come up and speak directly to the people, the conscience of the people, tell us where we are, whether there is going to be an arrest. You know, if there is a big hand, unveil this hand. If some, I mean, it's troubling that it was leaving Liberia. It was not coming into Liberia. Who have made it a huge, you know, celebration for our John security. Drug arrested coming into the country, like the $100 million one was. But this was leaving the country, my friend. That's why it's so serious. It's alarming. It's scaring that it was leaving the country. How long did it stay in the country? Where more can we go and see, you know, another sitting somewhere? You know? So that's it. The senator is speaking clearly. But again, they on Capitol Hill. They have that responsibility, the oversight responsibility of these agencies of government, these ministries and agencies. They have the power to call them. The poor people on Broad Street, down Slipway, don't have the power to challenge the lawmakers like the senators and representatives have on Capitol Hill. As a matter of fact, they, how you call it, the people appear before them, they confirm them before they get appointed and announced by the president. So they have the right to say, Mr. Justice Minister, we have no confidence in you. You know, Mr. LDA boss, we have no confidence in you. Mr. Police Director, we have no confidence in you. They are the only people that can tell the president, this is your official, we have vote of no confidence and we cannot work with this person. So just writing, it's a good step, Senator Dillon. I must applaud you for that. And like I said, the senator, since he's been on Capitol Hill, he's been pushing for a lot of things. Though he has some flaws, you know, he's falling, but he's working up. You know, I mean, owning up to his mistakes, and he's moving. But let's move a little further, Senator Dillon. You and Momo Cyrus, the Senate Committee Chair on Security, y'all can do a lot. You people can do a lot. You know, our Senate Pro Tem, what are you doing, madam? Those young people in Buchanan, Grand Bassa, there is a ghetto in almost every county. You know, but these are not just. I call them victims. Rufus, those people who smoking the kush, living in the graveyards because they don't have anywhere, you know, good to sleep, they are victims. Those people who are arrested, put in the pickup, driven, you know, out of the central prison or those other, you know, holding cells, they are victims. The real perpetrators are the ones that have been shielded. At today, it's been since the 9th of June. We cannot hear one person has been arrested. Only persons of interest. You know, I mean, for me, I believe something will happen.
And this is where I come in to say the only progress that the John Security has made so far is to release leaked audio of persons of interest to the media. Or someone within the media or outside the media. That's the only progress they have made so far. Because when you say you have persons of interest and I mean they are not guilty, well, you call them for questioning. Maybe if found guilty, well, they will be prosecuted. But you call them to ask them questions, say, okay, you are the security at this era, and this is where they just passed to go to terminal, go to area. You call the person to ask them question in our layman saying, to ask them question. But now everything that you're doing, every question you ask, that you be giving it out.
How are
to
those
someone
audios coming out?
Yeah.
How are those audios coming out?
How? That's the question.
I don't think those that are being investigated. I don't think those. I don't think those that are being called are the ones leaking the audio. I don't think so. I may be wrong, but I just don't think those that are being called are the ones leaking those audios. You know, there are people in there.
Investigated now? Is that what we're saying?
That's what I think. Because trust me, I mean, sometimes you see these things in movies, right? You see in interrogation rooms. They're not into somebody's office. You know, they are not into somebody's office. So is it that we don't have an interrogation room at Central or DEA that is totally like a studio? There is no sound coming out. There is no sound going in. Everything remain within that room. We don't have that in Liberia, don't we? We should have a full room that is barricaded with full corner walls, no ceiling, no window going in and out. You know, and before people enter that room, are they searched? Yes, recorders are in investigating rooms, but they are controlled by those investigators. Because whatever that person has been investigated is saying is either on video or it's on audio. But who keeping those videos and audios? Those things that are coming out, those are phone recordings. You know, somebody entering in there, put their phone on recorder. And they're recording. You know? Yeah. And these people are also leaking this information out, I believe, to these people who are behind this before they even get out of that investigation room. So, like you said, the investigators need to be investigated. How is this happening? Now, you know, now it's making sense. But again, that's the Liberia we have. Rufus,
them? How? Where?
The internet is kicking you in and out. Let's see whether we can get him back. Oh my God, the internet is kicking him in and out. But we'll take a very quick break. When we come back, what's happening with the Nima people? The Nima people. Vice President Jeremiah Pankun and Senator Koga. They are still on different ends. We saw another dramatic one again from Bond County at the Cottington graduation over the weekend, where the vice president was the guest speaker. He was the guest speaker representing President Boyka. Just before you left, Rufus, as we closing on that drug thing, my question was, what's happening with the Nima people? Just last week, we had Wemope firing from several cylinders against the vice president, making a lot of claims and counterclaims. On Saturday, while the opposition were in Grand Jide, Vice President Kun was guest speaker of Cottington graduation, representing the president of Liberia, President Joseph Boyka, at which time he was given an honorary doctorate degree. So is it safe to call him Dr. Jeremiah Pankun? We saw people criticizing we are around here.
Those are the same people that rejected people calling we are doctor.
Doctor we are. Because they say, oh, everywhere we are going to get doctor degree. Everywhere you go to get doctor degree. So I think one to tier 1 wrote a long piece, you know, posting a screenshot of Martin Cully at the time when Weah was giving doctorate degree, why he thought at the time some institution that is not offering doctoral level studies is giving a president honorary doctorate degree. But again, the cycle just continued to go around. Now we see our vice president is now called Vice President Dr. Jeremiah Pankun. And Cottington is his alma mater indeed. He came from Cottington, graduated there with a degree in business administration. And he went back, this time as vice president of our country, representing his boss, the president, Joseph Boyka. And he spoke generally after his speech. He came back to the podium and made a pronouncement, you know, as it relates to some aid to Cottington when it comes to electricity and other things. Let's listen to this.
So, you know, I wanted to say I need to confer with the president first. Huh? The school informed me that there are some challenges here, with especially electricity. Our famous rally hall and buses. And so I thought that I wouldn't speak until I talked to the chief. Let me hear what the chief said. The chief said, go ahead. So the solar system, Madam President, the chief said we'll start with I-15. After, then we'll start to look at rally hall and the buses. Thank God I said the president authorized me to say it, and please wait is sitting here and chairperson of the family. So Mr. Chairman, where's the father? Find the money and let's fix it. Thank you. God bless.
Now he puts it back to Senator Prince Moyo. And Dr. Kun is being very sensible here. You know, he's playing wisdom. He said that he could not speak until he talked to his boss. Because that was not in his speech, his official speech to Huntington. So apparently when he sat down, he called his boss, Mr. President, these are challenges being faced by Huntington. And his boss authorized him, you know, to do the needful, to make a pronouncement, which he made. But then he put it back on the lap of Senator Prince Moyo, who's the Senate Committee Chair on Ways, Means, and Finance. They are the people that teach you the food. In a layman term, they teach you the food. They share the food. But then that did not go down well with his name, my brother. Senator Samuel Koga, who I understand was at that graduation, but was not even recognized, you know, as a senator. He was not placed on the pedestal. And walking out of that graduation ceremony, Senator Koga was questioning the Vice President, Dr. Kun's decision to make a pronouncement out of budgetary allocation. You know, for the president to say something or authorize him to say something, that's one thing. But he feels, where is this money coming from? Which budgetary line are we looking for? Is it going to be on the president's project, the vice president's project? They have money in their covers for, you know, their own projects. But if the vice president, Dr. Kun, can now tell the Senate Committee Chairman on Ways, Means, and Finance that, you know, you sitting here, you got to find out money and let's do what the president wants. So stepping out, this was a reaction, a prompt reaction by Koga. Let's listen to Koga.
Gentlemen, I respect a citizen, a council of Nima County that I respect. He and I enter the legislature together. And I also recognize and respect the position as a vice president. But when we come to the disco and talking to the public, we got to be realistic. In the first place, in a political party, before emerging to state permanence, there are party manifesto. If you listen to the campaign message of the Unity Party, there were commitment that they were going to improve the educational sector, infrastructure, health, and etc. So, for the vice president to have come with a message from the president telling him that yes, you can go ahead to pronounce that we're going to provide solar place or whatsoever electricity for the area, for the segment of the Cardinal campus that have diagnosed, I think was misleading. On grounds that it is their full responsibility as a government to protect life and property. And it was captured in the national budget, always to subsidize the Cardinal University. You understand? To reference the chairman on Ways, Means, and Finance, the means for making the Liberian people. Why would have told us for him to have said the president on his own behalf, you understand, had informed me to let you know that for his salary, he will give you this X number of lives or what, and etc. but commitment you're making is on behalf of Liberians. The very cutting students that you're taking care, you want to improve their school or their areas, they are all taxpayers. You understand? So the common person who doesn't understand those messages, they will understand that the government is doing well in that direction. But let me clear to the district. If you want to do something from your pocket or from your salary, I am paid. If I want to do something on behalf of my people at my own volution, I should declare that this money is from my own pocket so that the source of income will be identified. And whosoever want to verify will verify.
Samuel Koga, Senator of Nima County, former representative of Nima County. He's taking the quote unquote Godfather title of his county. You listen to him, Rufus. He feels that the pronouncement by the Vice President, Dr. Cohn, fell short of where in the budget this money should come from to take care of those problems at Cuttington, and putting the burden squarely back on the taxpayers' money. And he was clear. He thought the Vice President was saying maybe it will come from my pocket, or my boss will say that, it will come out of his project money. But you listen to him, and it's another debate.
So Saros, I think it is. I don't know how to describe this, but I think there is a dissatisfaction within that Nima Legislative Caucus. I think one is overstepping his bound or his boundaries in terms of leading the folks there in Nima County, because Samuel Koga has accused the Vice President, Jeremiah Cohn, of overstepping his limit. Despite he's the Vice President, yes, he agreed, but politically in the county, Koga is higher than him. In that the whole Nima Legislative Caucus, they understand, they know who of them their friends in terms of political understanding, developments in the county, traditionally and everything. So Samuel Koga now, this problem begins from the town. Samuel Koga wanted to be a senator, and the Vice President now was insisting that no, we have someone to represent the late Godfather in Prince Johnson. You can go, we can support you. And Samuel Koga felt they respected, disappointed in the Vice President, and said that, well, if this man doesn't trust me, then I will go independent. I don't have to go on MDR. I don't have to go on Unity Party. I will go independent, and they have their own discussion, their battles, and thing. So they came to a conclusion where I think the Nima Legislative Caucus were able to settle between them and say, no, this man is our Godfather now in Samuel Koga, and he should be respected by law, traditionally as well. He should be respected. So, well, from that end, that's the Vice President and Samuel Koga, now Senator Samuel Koga, they cannot move from here to this distance. Why? Politically,
like oil and water in that common layman term, like oil and water, they cannot coexist.
Yeah, so politically, they are not friendly. They're pretending in the public that they are friendly, but I think you see from the Cotton graduation there, the ceremony, Senator Samuel Koga was not recognized by the Vice President. And that's one. Secondly, I think that's what triggered the anger of Samuel Koga, Senator Koga. Is that this man can be speaking like this? As you say, it come from the president, this one come from
either from his pocket or from the president's pocket. You can't commit the country, taxpayers to. It's going to be a whole huge thing though, because Nimba is the second largest county politically of Liberia, vote reach, next to Masurado. And they are from that county. One person feeling entitled or in charge of the county. Another person feels that no, you are not. You are not an originally Mayan. All of these things are coming up.
Right.
So leading up to 2029, we will see a lot playing, my brother. We will see a lot playing. But we'll take a very quick break and we'll come back. We will bring the voices of the political show eaters of the weekend. So, who is show more in Grand G there?
Yeah.
The political show eaters of the weekend. Was it should eater Simeon Freeman? Should eater Musa Hassan Benedict? Should eater Sanotwe? Should eater Kabina Janet? Or was it should eater Alexander Cummins? Or former president Weir? Who is show? But we'll bring you bits and pieces, the voices from Grand G there, the happiness of Grand G there over the weekend. Let's take this very, very quick break. When we come back, we bring you the voices of the show eaters, political show eaters of the week there in Grand G there.
LRB Ship Express, your trusted door-to-door shipping partner from the Midwest in the USA to Liberia. LRB Ship Express is your go-to solution for fast, reliable, and affordable shipping services. Whether it's barriers, boxes, or personal items, we pick them up from right at your doors across the Midwest and deliver them straight to your loved ones in Liberia. Do you need it there quickly? Our air freight service gets your packages to Liberia in just a matter of days. Door-to-door convenience, secure and timely delivery on beautiful rates. LRB Ship Express. For more information, call cell numbers 651-500-8973 or 612-806-5896. Visit our website at www.lrbshipexpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at LRB Ship Express. Ship with LRB Ship Express, where your shipment is our priority. Contact us today and let's get it moving.
What if I told you there's a place where you can find all your favorite African dishes right here in Crystal, Minnesota? At Grateful Family African Market, we offer the best African food products, authentic and perfectly preserved. Located at 6330 Bass Lake Road, Crystal, Minnesota, our market is a paradise for food lovers. From everyday essentials and spices to the rarest delicacies, our shelves are bursting with everything you need to prepare a delicious African feast we deliver all across the United States. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram as Grateful Family Africa Market for updates and special offers. Grateful Family African Market, the heart of Africa at your table. Call us at 612-8065-896 or 7633164133 for more information.
Greetings, my fellow Liberians in Minnesota and the Midwest. I'm Tracy Ashley Grigsby, your Consul General. I'm pleased to inform you that the consulate has commenced operations, and our mission is to provide professional, responsive, and citizen-centered services. Please feel free to visit our website below for more information. Thank you.
While I pray for my boss, my girl, and the one that I read me walk, the one I will make it, the one I can make it, but still having hope to pass, the one that I come to school, the one that I escape in the class, the one that I read in the first in the class, when teacher not dealing in spa. I pray for the one that I clear, I pray for my boy and my sister, I pray for the one that I know everything about all that Jehovah to help her.
Kmtv, Legacy, Communications. Bringing the world closer to you, Liberia, Africa, and beyond.
And of course, Legacy Communications, KMTV, Creative Minds Television. We are everywhere. That's why we are here on this wonderful Monday. It's the 29th day of June 2026. And Emmanuel Bro Rice. Hello, KMTV, Sarah's Joel McGee. As always, I'm watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA on this Monday, June 29th, 2026. Thank you, Ebro, for always watching from here in Minneapolis. Danielle Rose says, good morning from Minnesota. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We hope you're doing pretty well. Mamadou Conley says, good afternoon. I'm Mamadou Conley watching from Broadway VOA community. Thanks kindly for being there. And we here, Rufus and I, together we are making it work for you, bringing you the voices of those making news in our country, Liberia. And like I said, let's bring you some of the voices of the show eaters of the week there in Grand Jita County, where the CDC, that's the Congress for Democratic Change, held for 22nd anniversary over the weekend. Let's bring you Simeon Freeman of the MPC, Movement for Progressive Change, and he spoke there at that event. We just bring you pieces of the voices of those newsmakers who gather in Zwedru City, Grand Jita County.
No. Are you guys hungry? Zulu Whiskey, how are you? You know, I want to speak in very simple English. You saw a representative from Senator Amara Connor on this platform speaking. You see former Associate Justice Janice speaking. It says something. If a woman was married to a man before, and she said the man was beating her, and you been talking, you would treat her so well, and she moved to you, and she married you. Now you treated her so bad that she going back to her old husband, and being you a bad man. Parker is a man, he doesn't keep his promises. Somebody told me a few months ago that their father and Parker went to school ECWA. And the father and Parker had an altercation. Several years later, almost 50 years later, this young man, Parker, had something against him because of his father. Grand Jita County, Zwedru is laid out because of Samuel Doe. But that's not the same for Foya. For Foya, the only major development is Parker drug money, $12 million house. That's the man that you made president of this country. And we are saying we're going to change that. On one day they say, well, the opposition not united. But then CDC is having a celebration. We've come together, and the same people say, but what are they going to do then? So we will not listen to them. Each of us on this podium have a big ego. Each of us have a big heart. Each of us have a plan to develop Liberia. But everybody cannot be president at the same time. And so we are willing to bend our egos, to unite our visions, and to drive our country forward.
Today is a remarkable day in the history of the CDC. We are converged here in Grand Jita County, Zwedru City, Zulu Whiskey, because this county has provided the strongest support to the Congress and the Coalition for Democratic Change. In the 3 elections President Weah contested, for the second round, on average, 2005, 2017, and 2023, Grand Jita has provided 85% of the votes. That is the highest in the country. And so you are deserving to be both the headquarters in the southeastern region and to be the location for this momentous occasion.
The same mission. I want to thank the CDC for inviting us. I also want to thank our political leaders, Honorable Cummings, Honorable Freeman, Justice Janet. But I want to talk about opposition unity. I want to talk about opposition unity from the flip side. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as Liberian politics is concerned, every time the opposition went together to unite, it never worked. There are a lot of reasons it never worked. If you put opposition together for the purpose of grabbing power, That is not opposition unity. That is a power grab. We cannot unite based on power grab. This time around, the unification of the opposition must be based around a guiding principle that a new Liberia will emerge and a leadership will emerge that will be based on the quality of the individuals and the quality of the ideas. What makes that important is that human beings can always disagree. But if you want to put opposition together and you didn't agree from the beginning how you will run the country, how you will put competent people in office, how you will have a roadmap to develop the country, and then when you take power now, you start fighting over power.
The moment speaks not only to the growing strength and maturity of our democracy, but to the perseverance and triumph of a people's movement. A people's movement. The formation of the Congress for Democratic Change was a pivotal moment in the course of our political dispensation. This party of the masses, led by President George Weah, gave voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, and courage to the downtrodden. Teams before his global success, who came back to serve people. That is what this moment is about. We must face some inconvenience too. Let me list three of them. One, we've always had a government of the few. That means only few people benefit from the government. We have failed because what should be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people has become a government of the few. Government in, government out have prioritized only a few people. Political tension and civil strife in Liberia have always been rooted in unequal access to the nation's wealth and the deliberate exclusion of citizens from national decision making.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Difficult challenges. Across Liberia, our people are asking questions. They were promised rescue. They were promised transformation. Now we see how that promise was granted indistinct. Families are struggling. Young people and entire communities are being forgotten. Businesses are closing. Hardship has taken over the land. The gap between political promises and the reality we face is stark. These are legitimate concerns, and the Liberian people deserve answers. We again thank all opposition political parties and civil society institutions that have honored our invitation to celebrate this great occasion with us. You are our brothers and partners on this journey. We are grateful for your presence. The CDC, as a responsible member of the opposition community, will continue to hold the government accountable. We will continue to defend our democracy as we witness signs of our dark past re-emerging. The Unity Party government led by Joseph Boakai is rolling back our democratic gains. Political opponents, especially former officials of government being persecuted, free speech is being trampled upon while the security forces engage in brutality against peaceful citizens. Mr. Boakai has undermined the rule of law, refusing to abide by rulings of the Supreme Court, threatening judges into submission to toe the line of the executive branch.
Well, Rufus, I see you just beaming with smiles, and indeed, these political talks are emerging. But the big question from Grand G, who was the real show eater over the weekend? Who was the real political shoe eater? You listen to Mr. Simon Freeman. They are waiting to put away their egos. Because it's true. Every political leader do have a strong, ego or will that they want to be the leader. And with all of them gathered there, he's telling the Liberian people we are all willing to put aside our egos and form a formidable force that will stand up to President Bouakai and his team comes 2029. You listen to Musa Benete. If we are putting aside our egos, what's the roadmap? How are we coming to lead again? The CDC was there. Yep. The Unity Party, it was there. They are back there. But there are just very few who have not been there. How are you waiting to, this time put together bits and pieces that when we get there, we're not just getting there for power grabs, but we are getting there for the people, the development of the country. You listen to Samuel Twe. Grand Jida is by far, there's no argument about that. The whom of the CDC in the 3 major elections that President we are contested in, Grand Jida always provided that number for the CDC, and we are. You listen to Mr. Cummings. He talked about some of the challenges being faced by Liberia and Liberians. President, we are also naming, the trumping on the rule of law, the hardship being faced by the people. And if you listen to that speech further, he ended by saying that they are going to come back. It's a whole lot to unpack from Grand Jida over the weekend. But the key here is, for the first time in a long time, since the CPP arrangement, political leaders have gotten together, sat under the same roof, and speaking similarly in the same tone. What does this mean for Liberia? That's a huge one.
All right. So I'm a very straightforward person. There's no unity. There's no unity in those you see up there, self-interest politicians you see up there who say they are being united right now. Where's the unitarism? You listen to Musa. Musa had the best speech this conference where Musa Benete had the best speech, and I can say this. Listen to Musa, are we being united? Only united to just grab someone from power? Is that the only time we're being united? Or we only coming together now because we want to grab someone from power, and then we put another person there, and then they'll get united again, grab the person from power. Changing leaders, that's not the problem. That's not the solution. You are in the opposition now. Understand that you are in the opposition. You're running like an opposition. Yes. You guys are not united. It is only because of the court of ex-president George Weah that put you guys together. Now, and you say you are united only to attend CDC's 22nd anniversary and Mediterranean Day celebration. Is that the only time you are united? Is that what we call you are united? You only get united to grab someone from power? Musa Benete said no.
It should be a roadmap.
I agree to him. All those you see up there are people who are gate certified, cabinet janets are people. Cabinet janets are someone that cannot be trusted anymore. That people who are just flip-flopping they're around they are not to be trusted. Unity Party and CDC are the same political party who are not to be trusted with in power again. But now the opposition are coming together and saying that they are united just to grab Bouakai out of power and then put George Weah back, or grab George Weah out of power and put Cummings there. Is this what we call unitarism? Is this the only time they can be united? Cyrus, let's look at it.
And look at the faces of the Liberian people, who gather in that square. You can see the loss of hope. They don't know where to look to, because if these political leaders, we saw the CPP arrangement abroad at the time, several lawmakers, senators, representatives to Capitol building. Senator DeLone was one of those who benefited from that twice. Yombly Kanga Lawrence, and other people benefited from the CPP arrangement. Everyone thought that the CPP would have been a force to reckon with, that would have taken George Weah out of power on the first ballot. That's what everyone thought. But little did Liberian people know that the CPP was going to enter in court with Mr. Kume accused of fingering their document. President Boyka, then a member of the CPP, appearing at the time as Serena Sifo's biggest witness. I believe that's his biggest witness in his life as a prosecutor. Appearing to testify against Cummings. That drew a whole line of bad blood. More Adidan were all around the place defending why they think that it was necessary and good for the Unity Party to approve out of the CPP. So like you put it, those are all angry eggs sitting over there. Angry eggs.
Right.
And Simon Freeman said it clearly. If you beat your girl and she go on to the next person and they beat her, she thought you were finding refuge somewhere else, but that person was even maltreating her than you, and she has the opportunity to come back to you, what would it be? Those are all angry eggs. I believe they're all sitting there thinking, yes, Kabina Janet was removed from the Supreme Court by a CDC-led legislator in Akaras Gray and others.
Great.
And at the time he found refuge in the CPP. I can remember when that case was on. President Boyka, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Ure, and most of the folks were out there. They were out there. Some of these faces were the ones criticizing the CDC government, the legislature at the time, of doing the worst to the country. Some of the faces you see here,
they
were the ones that were criticizing.
Making the Black people to believe that they are the Jesus Christ that came down to die for our sins. Can you imagine? Kabina Janet, Alexander Cummings. Alexander Cummings has not been tested with power. We can wholeheartedly say he's, but these are the same politicians, man. They come up with the same white t-shirt at the end. They leave power with black t-shirts on them, and now they're telling Liberian people that they should be trusted. Now they are grouping themselves and calling themselves united opposition. Where opposition here is not united. Trust me, since they left Zweju, we have not heard of any. Okay, now opposition is planning a meeting. We don't hear opposition next action. We haven't
Will we see a framework coming out of that gathering?
Great.
Will we see a framework?
Now, Senator Dillon for CPP. Senator Dillon our senator because of the collaboration with the CPP. Now Senator Dillon attacked the city and enjoying the country money because of the country money, and he said people can actually just go to a house at a time when you used to go to people's shop businesses, begging them for food. This is the same people. They see CPP that Dillon now is enjoying the people's money and enjoying the country's benefit.
I mean, those political rhetorics we listening to, we watching, will it be transferred or move into maybe a framework document that will guide these political leaders and political parties as they hope to remove President Boyka come 2029 or whoever that will be on the Unity Party ticket? Will we see Mr. Cummings agreeing to be second on the ticket with George Weah? Will we see President Weah saying, no, I'm stepping aside and let somebody else from the CDC go along with Mr. Cummings? Will we see Mr. Simon Freeman, as he said, agreeing to bend his ego and say, I would roll up my sleeves and get out there, even though I'm not on a ticket, but to fight for Liberia, or will we see him back with his MPC, you know, going for a third, is it a third or fourth election? I think Mr. Freeman been on the ballot like 2 or 3 times, you know. So these are things that Liberians will be watching for to know where we head ahead of 2029. And I can tell you for sure,
maybe
go ahead.
Maybe what we maybe what the Alternative National Congress and the CDC is trying to do is to maybe work as partner, because you listen to Arizona Cummings, the political leader of ANC. He says if he's really ready to be a cowboy, he's ready to be a cowboy. So now he's ready to take on the task as vice president. So if it's selected by ex-president George Weah comes 2029 to serve as cowboy, like she said, well, he willing to accept now. He know that you have to start from somewhere before going to the higher position. I think the political advisor he had at first was only fooling him, because even George Weah, who is a public figure that we all know, George Weah, the country, the world know George Weah. George Weah came and tried presidency, you know, and he got flocked by then President Eddie Johnson
Sirleaf twice.
Twice, and now he went to his senatorial post. He won it, and he sat there to him. He ascended to a position. So now I think Cummings' new political advisor is saying, Chief, if we continue
start from somewhere.
President, Chief, you will lose all your money. Let's start from somewhere. Let's pair ourselves with one of you know, these political parties, especially with CDC. Because I remember this going election, ANC, I think CPB then, they endorsed the CDC administration, just they go elections, you know. So they are still in bed. Those parties are still in bed to having their political marriage, and you know, something could come up before 2029. Who knows? So that's it, sir.
And we see some faces that are not very strange to the CDC. Horatio Gu came from the CDC when they were the breakaways that went and formed the ANC, the Alternative National Congress, and made Mr. Cummings their leader. Ever since he's been with Mr. Cummings, and seeing him back on that stage, it's like he's back home, right? He's back home to where he started with the CDC.
Yeah.
But again, it's more like whether or not this is going to be the best for the Liberian people, whether or not these talks that are in the pipeline, you know, for the first time showing off together on a stage, whether more of these going to be happening. You know, what are we gonna see the CDC and other people at a CMC gathering, like they show up in Grangie there, where we see them of also. AB President, we are speaking as guest speaker of the ANC's anniversary or MPC anniversary, or where we see Mr. Simon Freeman speaking next at the ANC anniversary. What would the message be? Will we continue to hear about this opposition unity, and see something good coming out of it?
Well, we all are watching to see how far they go. We
watch and see, because a few years from now, we will be at it, at the ballot box, making sure that we can all have a new government. People cannot wait. Like Wilmot Pay said, the campaign already on. And from the kind of messages, the shots that we are seeing, it's going to continue until, you know, 2028, 2029 is election year. But the biggest thing is, will these people remain united? Will they continue to send shock waves to the Unity Party-led government? The issue of the drug, will they continue to make noise, keep it in the ears of the Liberian people? Because if there is nothing that is going to happen until 2028 with this whole fight against drug, this 19 million is the biggest sting to this government. If nothing good comes out of this, how will the opposition take it? How far are they going to run with this? I see the Fuya project now is quiet.
Yeah,
nobody's speaking about that anymore.
This is why I talk about lazy opposition.
You know,
you hold one thing and you just leave it after 1 month, 2-3 weeks. You leave it. It's being swept on the carpet, and then you come back. You see opposition unity. There's no unity. I continue to say this. There's no unity. They're just trying to fool their handful of supporters to go in bed with their political marriages overnight, and they benefit while people go on the ring, on the sun. Like what happened to the party supporters who have people all in the waters here, water star all over in the ring. I put Joseph Boakai to power, and now Joseph Boakai government that he came with that notion of rescuing the country. One of the key campaign messages were on drugs, and now Joseph Boakai is here in his government. We have seen the huge seizure of drugs, like I said, 19.2 million being reported by the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, and that the drone security cannot secure evidences, persons of interest, like they say. They cannot protect persons of interest. Can you imagine? And now they too need to be investigated, like Sarah said.
Yeah, but I mean, that's it. That's it. So how long will these issues last on the lips of the opposition, the civil society organizations, the religious leaders as we speak? Like I said, the border issue is still on. People still keeping it quiet. Diplomacy, according to them, quote unquote, diplomacy is still taking place. But guess what? The people still at our borders. So with all of these things happening, we just pray for Liberia and pray that the people who call our leaders will do the best for the country. And on this note, Rufus, I don't know, it's wet Monrovia. We can wrap it up. It's the sunny Minneapolis area, Minnesota. Very sunny. Looking all the windows here. 79 degree already at 8:24 a.m. It's 79 degree already. We understand it's going to be a very hot day, high temperature across our states. But on this note, I'd like to say thanks for joining me from Monrovia. Probably you want to part with a comment. Let's hear you.
Yeah, so Cyrus, I'd like to say thank you again. We go again.
Internet. But on this note, I'd like to say thanks to you, all of you who listen, who've been following, who've been watching from Liberia, across the diaspora. Thanks for being there on this Monday. Let me leave you with this one by David Mel. He's out with this one. Anytime soon we'll have David Mel here with us to talk about his new song and projects he's on with. But let me leave you with this one. Have yourself a God bless Monday and rest of the week from here where I say thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm a yo. Lift your hands. Let's go. You are the God who opened the Red Sea. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? You are the God who reigned forever. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? You are the Alpha and the Omega. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? The beginning and the end. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? Let's go. Yeah, come on. Let's go. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? You are the God of Abraham. Who can be compared? Who can be compared? You are the God of Isaac and Israel. Who can be compared? Who can be compared?
news, and business. And this is Kmtv. We are on your screen, we are everywhere. The best online Liberian platform you have. Make the best use of it. My name is Frank Adams, and I endorse this channel.